Family Access Network is a youth homelessness service located in Melbourne's east. We support young people aged between 15 and 25 years who are experiencing homelessness or are at risk of homelessness. We also run multiple groups, including a young mums group, an LGBTIQ social group, and an LGBTIQ family violence group. In our most recent snapshot of data, we found that 100% of our clients had experienced family violence. That's why we believe our project, Building Better Futures, is critical to supporting young people to create a sustainable future. Our project will support young mothers who have experienced or are experiencing homelessness and family violence. The Australian Institute of Health and Welfare have reported that young pregnant women are at most risk of experiencing family violence. The AHW also reported that in 2016 to 2017, 72,000 women and 34,000 children sought the support of homelessness services due to experiencing family violence. We want to support these young women and help them build their capacity so that they can support both themselves and their children. This program won't only support the young women, it will also support their children. The young children are likely to have experienced the traumas of being homeless, as well as possibly witnessing the family violence perpetrated towards their mother. This group will provide them the safe space to continue forming healthy relationships with their mothers, as well as building friendships with the other accompanying children. Building Better Futures is a group-based project that will empower young women to build on their capacity to support themselves and to provide information around topics such as child development, healthy relationships, how to create a budget, and creating resumes. It can be difficult for people to gain accurate and tangible information about finances, education, and employment, as well as it being delivered in a supportive way and tailored to their needs. Building Better Futures plans to be just that. The young women that we are targeting can be some of the most isolated. They may have limited family supports, limited social supports, and may not have the knowledge or resources to access the appropriate services. The social interaction element allows the group of young women to discuss shared experiences and provide support and advice in a supportive place. The group facilitator will also be able to provide one-on-one support and make the appropriate referrals as necessary. This program has a unique capability of being able to tailor the program for the presenting needs of each group. We plan on running the group 4 times in a year in 10-week blocks. We will be able to be flexible on what topics are discussed and where the focus needs to be. We realise that there are many organisations that support homeless young people, young parents, and women experiencing family violence. However, we see these issues as intersectional, and our project seeks to address them as such. We know that family violence is a growing issue in our society. One woman is killed every 9 days at the hands of her partner. Family violence is the single biggest cause of homelessness in Victoria. We want to run this group to enhance the skills of young women in the community who are experiencing family violence and homelessness. We want to support young people to break the cycle and stigma of being a young mum, homeless, and a victim survivor of family violence. The funding will go into hiring a specialist family violence worker, creating resources, and bringing in facilitators to educate the young women on various topics. The resources we anticipate creating includes workbooks and practical activities that the young women can take with them to continue building on their skills. It will include a budgeting template, resume building, and information about creating a leaving plan. We see this group as being a pilot program for future responses to family violence and homelessness. Our hope is that after evaluating our program, we can seek funding from government agencies such as DHHS and be able to roll out the program to more young people. The cost of not running this program is far-reaching. Research shows that the effects of family violence and homelessness include increased mental health concerns, increased emotional and physical trauma, more pressure on already under-resourced family violence services, and an ongoing lack of safety for the mother and her child. 4 years ago, family violence was estimated to have cost Victoria $5.3 billion, and sadly this will only increase. We have a client who accessed our service late last year who became homeless due to leaving a family violence perpetrator. She was 19 and left only with a bag of clothes and her 1-year-old son. The young woman left school at 16 and fell pregnant at 17. She was struggling to find employment as she hadn't worked before, and she left school halfway through year 10. She had limited social supports as most of her friends fell away after she gave birth and she was no longer in contact with her family. We were able to support the young woman with transitional housing, to help her to create a resume and find her casual employment whilst her child was in daycare. We also provided a lot of information about child development and healthy attachment so that she could provide the best care to her son. This woman has come a long way and has modelled the impact that the group could have. By offering this group to a larger cohort of people, we will be able to see real change and positive outcomes for the women participating. Ultimately, this group can save a life. If we can equip the young women with the skills and knowledge to support themselves and stay safe, then we can ensure that they do not become another statistic.